Oh, my mic was muted. Hello? Can you guys hear me? Hello, hello, hello? No mic. Oh, I'm so sorry. Good morning, everyone. My mic was muted. I guess everything that I said, nothing caught on. Good morning, Alfonso. Good morning, Edison. Good morning, Donna, Luck, Constantine, Frankie, Shakima, Lovely, Chris. Was I muted the whole time? Wow. That sucks. Fuck. I gotta do a legal disclaimer again. Fuck. Damn. Good morning, everyone. Let's do a quick legal disclaimer. Please consult your personal financial advisor before you make any decisions regarding your personal financial situation. This video is for information and educational purposes only. Time is 9:35 on the board. There's an algo range created at 9:30. I did not know my mic was muted. Thank you for saying that. Someone said your mic is muted. I guess it was muted all morning. The SPX gap. I don't think it failed, but they are trying to go higher. IWM. There's an algo range at 9:30 morning with bulls and bears at 9:30 and 9:30. Market is deciding what to do with everybody involved. Wind direction is showing north. Officially. IWM rejecting the top of the purple box. Man, I need some water. I'm so dehydrated. Yeah, I was saying I'm dehydrated and got no sleep. And you guys told me my mic's muted, so thank you for that. And they're going higher off of fucking Friday close. Sorry, Wednesday close. And this is the new all-time high. Still playing with. New all-time high playing with. Algo ranges rejecting with the new roof at 9:35. Let's see what happens. There's no confirmation rejection. This is just bulls and bears all involved. Good morning, Alfonso. Good morning, Rook Angel. Good morning, everybody. Sorry, I said good morning to everybody that said good morning in the WhatsApp group. Kevin, Ron, Donna, Harry, Frankie, Edison. I said everyone to the good morning that said good morning as they were coming in too, but did not catch, or I guess it wasn't on. So, $9.35 rejection at 9.36 into 9.40. 9.40 is at the top of the algo range on QQQ and SPY. There is no divergence at the roof or at the floor. Showing a regular ass cycle. Market is cycling with the MACD and volume still bullish, but market is cycling at the tippity top with the algo range. I hope this shit turns down because it's so fucking goddamn bullish. I can't believe it. It's so damn bullish. Look at the bearish MACD into 1 p.m. and then pull back from 1 p.m. into market open. MACD just died. Pulling back. Ay, ay. Six, 9, 4, 2. And this is 940. No cycle rejection confirmation at the minimum. Cycle rejected and then went higher, so it's a confirmation. Long showing at least, but this is the 3/3 bullish cycle too, so anything up here kind of getting risky too without a cycle going higher. Divergence at the roof now. IWM going by itself. Market's still short squeezing, looks like, with the freaking MACD bullish, man. How bullish are we still in the 1 hour? Man, it's coming in crazy on the 1 hour candle. It's coming in crazy on the 1 hour. HOD cleared into 942. So fucking weird. Market rotation. Looks like QQQ is breaking out of the wedge. The higher time frame wedge and market being bullish off it. And then IWM is literally rejecting. So market rotation today again. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Just going by itself and the market is just not doing shit. That's crazy. It's crazy bearish on IWM. Market doing nothing. Insane. The fuck is this shit? Like, it's so crazy bearish on IWM. It's not doing anything on SPY. It's not doing anything on SPY. Oh my god. QQQ bullish off market open. It's kind of stupid. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days now. Going and going and going and going and going and going and going. Alright. Here's something. HOD into 945. There's no bearish confirmation or cycle trying showing with the confirmation at the minimum. Higher from 930 into 940, 945, so 15 minutes. Wind is north still off of 934, 933, 935 when they broke it. This is when I said wind direction north showing officially, but you guys were like, Mike is muted, so that is what is happened. They're detaching away from my put crazy. Like fucking crazy. Ay, ay, ay. I need quite a significant dump, like a $40 dump on SPX into close, man. 4 and 6,900, I'll be good. Wow, fuck. Holy shit. 6,944. Holy shit. Holy shit, there's no way, bro. Fuck. Are we doing up so goddamn high? 6,944. Wow. Oh. Rejection. Can't even call it trying. Let's see what happens. Alright, MACD is so bullish right now. Cycles need to build more. So confirmation needs to happen before even thinking about downward. It's basically happening.
Greer Consulting, founder and president, is with us this morning. Jason, thanks for being
RSI.
here. I wrote
even if it's
this
cycle,
down
just gonna
as
figure
my
out what to do in the
top
middle.
theme for 2026 for actually, I wrote it down for myself. I was just wondering what I was thinking about next year, and I said, well, either this thing continues in the AI boom and the market gets very excited and maybe it turns its interest to the users of AI, or you have the downside risk that the whole thing ends up being not what we expected and we lose a lot of jobs because of it. So tell me what I should think about all this, Jason.
Well, you should consider when you think about artificial intelligence, look at it from this perspective that the future is now. Artificial intelligence is legitimately embedded in everything we do, from your cell phones to even the way that schools are preparing their students
Risk
for
is
what
there.
life is going to look
Projection
like when they
trying.
actually graduate. I think what we're going to see in the market, we're going to see, when you had Amazon, we had Microsoft who announced layoffs last year or this year, right? You're going to
Without
see sort of the
confirmations,
mid-sized
risk is
markets,
crazy.
mid-sized jobs that are going to be eventually let go.
If
But
this
I think
flips though,
overall, what companies are
there's
looking at
something
is,
different happening.
can we afford
And then
AI?
they
And
may
also,
show
what is
bearish
AI
and
going to
then
do
show
for us,
bullish
not
and
in
then cycle
2026,
upon.
but also 2027 and 2028?
We have a list up right now of tech layoffs, and we have a large number at Microsoft, a large number at Amazon. But there was something that we called AI washing, where they basically said they were AI layoffs, but when you dug a little deeper, they weren't necessarily AI layoffs.
Right.
What's the reality here, Jason? Are companies laying off people because they're instituting AI, or are they laying off people and then calling it AI because they don't want to admit to weaknesses?
I hate to take people behind the cover, but I'm going to take you behind the cover
9:45.
because I'm having these conversations behind closed doors, and here's what it looks like. AI for a lot of companies is just really good window washing because what's really happening behind the scenes is people are understanding that we have a bunch of talent that unfortunately the market is going to reward us for laying people off. But on the other side of that
Right.
is we lay
Or
folks
maybe a
off.
bounce
We
within
say that it's
five
because of
minutes. Is
artificial
cycle
intelligence,
confirmed to go
and then
higher or
we
lower,
rehire
honestly?
you for half of what we paid you. So it's one of those things that
Right,
artificial
top
intelligence in
one,
some
two,
sectors, let's be
three,
real,
four, five
some
red
sectors,
candles.
people are laying
Hedge
people
fund,
off because of
smart money,
artificial intelligence
probably
and
leaving into a
automation
massive red
because
candle
that's the
without a cycle
reality. But on
confirmation,
the
and
other
they're gonna let
side
the market
is,
cycle and then maybe
business is not,
go on a bounce or
people are
something
not in
if they
business
even want to
because they
think
just
about
want to
lower,
keep
or
people.
maybe
People are
let
in
the thing
business in order
bounce
to make
cycle and
product, to
then
make
try to
money for
go
their
long if
shareholders.
anything.
And one of the
They're not
best way
gonna
to
just
make
go
money for their
without fucking
shareholders is to
cycles,
do what the
without
market rewards,
pullbacks,
and that's
without
to lay people
shits.
off, unfortunately.
In the
So
in the industries that I cover, I mean, we're
cycle
seeing the
is happening.
disruption in travel
Nothing
and
to
a lot
worry,
of
but cycle is
skepticism about
happening.
whether,
Algo range is breaking down on
online travel
QQQ, now
agents are going to
showing
be put out of
bearish. There
business
could be
by
a bounce within 1 or
ChatGPT
2 minutes
deciding where you should go and
to
what you
test
should
the
do.
HOD, to test the
I
midpoint, and
have
then
seen no
decide what to
bigger
do. We
disruptor
are
than
now
in the
at the
insurance
midpoint with
industry
bulls and bears
where
all trapped
AI can
off
go
of
in and
930,
do
off of
so much of the
945s for 15
underwriting,
minutes. This is
the
a bear,
risk
this is a bull trap.
evaluation,
Dump, dump, dump,
claims,
dump, dump,
and
dump,
the
dump, dump,
administrative
dump, dump,
tasks. And in fact,
LOD
we heard Chubb
incoming.
saying they plan to lay
LOD
off
incoming.
20%
Dump,
of
dump,
the
dump, dump,
workforce
dump, dump,
over the
dump.
next
950. This is
3 years or
LOD hope
so as
testing.
they
If it
start to
bounces here
incorporate more and
crazy,
more
I mean,
technology.
then they want a bear trap. But
What
I
do you
mean, this
do
is
with all those
LOD testing,
people
LOD
who
hoping
lose their jobs? I
in
mean, at some
fucking
point,
5 minutes.
if you're
Oh
an
my god, look at
insurance
that.
agent or a claims
Look at
adjuster,
the HOD to
where
LOD
else
in
can
5
you go
minutes. Oh
and
my
work?
fucking
What
god.
kind of reskilling can you get?
Come on, bring it back. Bring it
That's
back,
the biggest
daddy.
challenge that we're seeing. You have
Bring it
Stanford
back to 6
University that just
900.
announced that,
Bring it fucking
and,
back.
and I
Fuck
don't
we
pretend to be a
doing? Come
tech
on.
person, so please
Please bring it
understand,
back.
please forgive me if
This
I
is
butcher these
crazy.
terms. But you have
This is
students who are
crazy.
graduating
IWM week, right?
who could do
Market
code.
was going crazy
And,
north.
they were the people going to
Showing
Amazon. They were the people
without
going to Microsoft
IWM.
4 years ago making a bunch of money. But now what they're finding is
IWM
that
big
those
pullback.
jobs are
IWM big
essentially being
pullback
done
from the
by
top of the
AI.
purple
And
box
there's
we've
really
been
no need
playing
for
with
them.
for 2
I
days.
think what happens, and
This is a
becomes a generational perspective.
bull
If you're
trap on
young, what a
IWM, but
Stanford University is doing is that they're actively
QQQ bear
encouraging
trapping, so
their
SPY bear
students
trapping too.
stay an additional year, stay an additional 2 years, get
LOD
your
testing,
master's
LOD
degree,
hoping, market cycling at the
retool your
floor.
skill set so that you're ready to go into the market. If you happen to be,
Oh,
look, I'm 51 years old, so I'm looking
damn.
at a world in which that
I
looks a
am
lot different
not
today
feeling
than
the
it
best
did
today.
when I graduated from college in
Still
1996.
sick.
So I think it's one of those things that
Stomach
if you're an older
crazy
employee,
hurting.
you have to take a step back and ask,
Fuck.
what do I think the market is going to reward, not today, but
Are you
tomorrow?
ever skeptical?
The worst freaking state to live in right
LOD testing, LOD hoping until the low of the 951 candle breaks. All bears, all zero
All major
DTs
issues
are
for the economy
fucking
now, and in the new
completely
year, we're
fucked and
getting
stuck
both sides
off
of the
of
coin now.
950
The
LOD
former Biden
hope,
administration
LOD
Council of
test.
Economic Advisors Chair Jared Bernstein. He's now a fellow at the Stanford Institute for Economic Policy Research. And
This
Peter
is how it is,
Earl,
market
senior
cycling, so
economist at the American Institute
hella
for
bulls
Economic
trapped, hella
Research,
bears
and
trapped, market
cousin of
cycling
Steve
with
Earle, the
everything
guitarist.
in between it all.
No, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Let me start with, I guess, Jared. Jared, 4.3% GDP number. According to Howard Lutnick, the Commerce Secretary, means you're all going to get 4.3% wages.
test
We know
and
that not
bounce
to be true.
for
However,
now.
it's a good number, and it's a better number than perhaps many expected, given the
955.
disruption that was expected from, for example, the tariff policies and some of the
Market
other
is probably at
policies of the
POC
Trump
at the
administration.
midpoint
How
at
do you
VWAP
respond to that?
deciding what to do with the
Well, it
cycle
was
now.
much better than
Bulls and
expected, a
bears
full
all
point.
trapped.
And the consumer just keeps on plowing
About to
along.
decide.
And investment, of
Now
course,
there's a
has
fuck
been
ton of
pretty
bears trapped
strong.
too
It
off of
weakened a bit
952, so
over the quarter.
can't even
but
fucking
AI
imagine.
investment continues to help the economy
Fuck
plow
ton of
ahead,
bulls,
and the
fuck ton of
American
bears all
consumer,
trapped off
as
the market cycle.
unhappy as he and she say
Open.
they are, has been relentless.
Morning
Look,
open.
there are risks to the outlook. The labor market has weakened, and in fact, we've seen wage growth slow, particularly for folks in the bottom half. And if you talk to businesses, they will tell you that most of the spending has been driven by folks at the top. So there's this K-shaped story that I believe is pretty accurate.
Fucking
But you're talking
K-shaped
aggregate
economy.
numbers, and in the aggregate,
The motherfucking
consumer spending and
K-shaped
investment
economy,
has been
folks.
strong. Of course, there's probably
back
some
at it
government
again.
fiscal oomph coming.
Why
a
is the
punch
market
there from,
cycling and why
tax
is the
cuts
market
coming
bouncing
next
and
year.
rejecting like
So,
this? Because the market does not like candle traders.
forecasts are for
And the
growth to
market does not like
continue to be
no cycle,
moderate,
no
if not
setup
better than moderate.
traders. And that's
So are
fine.
you admitting the
They're
policies
trapping
aren't that
all
bad?
the bullish people. They're trapping all
Well,
the
I never
bearish
said they were
people
that bad.
just
I
on
think
fucking
the
candles
policy in
alone, just like
particular,
every
that has
single
been,
day.
extremely
The market's going to
problematic
cycle
is tariffs.
upon
And yes, I
everybody,
maintain that the
and it's going to
tariffs are
trap
hugely
one side fucking
problematic.
crazy, and they're
But they
going to
certainly
play out the
haven't
setup. So,
stopped the economy from
let's
growing,
see
and I've written
what the setup
extensively
is.
about that.
Let's see
Same
what the
with
trap is.
the negative vibes. I mean, the gap between how consumers
IWM
feel and what consumers do,
is
again, in the aggregate is real.
crazy bearish,
But the tariffs have
and the
made
market is
life
going
more
higher.
expensive for people.
So let
It's
that
not
shit
a
sink in, but the
coincidence that
15-minute is
affordability
starting
is a
off
huge
bearish
issue.
crazy.
Healthcare,
So
childcare, housing, electricity costs,
something
groceries,
is
all of those
definitely
remain
cooking
highly
today.
problematic
That's
for
for sure.
consumers. But there's a difference between how people feel and these aggregate indicators.
Steve, not Peter is what I want to say. Peter Earl.
End of the week,
No,
Friday too,
Steve
and this
Earl
week has
is-
been
is for
crazy
my brain
bullish.
this
So
morning.
risk is
My
crazy.
problem with
Thinking
these
about even
policies is
downside
not
with the
even
amount
the
of time
individual ones.
today is left.
Could
The
be
market wants to
okay
basically
with an
show through
immigration
Friday,
policy the
Bobby.
way it is, or okay
Friday,
with,
so it's about to be volatile shit too. That's also a
the
fact.
tariff policy the way it is.
It's gonna be
It's
a
figuring out how they all interact, and they all do interact. And when you put them all in the pot, it's
massive
a
day.
stew
It's
that's
all-time
kind of
highs,
difficult
so
to figure out
new
what the
all-time
heck
highs.
is going on here. So when you think about, for example, this idea
Change my
of
title to new
AI
all-time
coming
highs.
in and it's going to cut some jobs, but we also have this immigration policy out there that could actually lift up jobs. How do you put it all together and spin out a forecast for next year?
Well, what we do is we try to think of a couple of things. First of all, the lag effects, meaning how long they take to get into action, how long they take to hit the economy. We try to think about which may supersede others, those that are on, say, a federal level versus those that are a little more patchwork, like
Bears are still trying.
and how AI
Bulls
will
are
enter a private business. And then, a little bit of it is also historical precedent. What happens
Candle
when we have
is trying to break the
structural
LOD.
technological change
Cycle
hitting
is
cyclical
showing
forces? So, I mean,
bearish.
it's a hazardous business forecasting, but it's what we get paid to do. And
Cycle is showing bearish
every
building.
forecast has us sort of hanging out there waiting to be exposed.
And what do you
Tariffs
come
were
up
certainly
with,
like that.
Peter? What do you come up with?
Zero
for next year?
DTs though. There's a fuck
Well, for
ton of
next year, what
bears
I think
trapped
is
off
we're
of
gonna have
930 probably.
continued,
Floor
GDP
hoping so.
growth.
Did
I
that
think,
bounce scare them
as
out
Jared said,
already?
Consumer spending is resilient, but
I
it's
have no
uneven.
fucking clue.
I think we're going to see investment broaden behind or rather beyond the AI leaders. As financial conditions ease, uncertainty diminishes. We've got
I
a
added
couple of
two
different sources
SPX puts
of
right
fiscal
here.
stimulus. I think the
6,
ingredients are in
930,
place for investment to broaden beyond the
1.2K.
very narrow
I've been
group of
already
AI
in,
names.
so
And so for that reason, I think that capital spending is likely to become a growth engine next year. And that is if it can overcome, as you just mentioned, there's other forces. If it can overcome, the kind of slowdown we're seeing in employment, which Fed easing may assuage.
God damn. God damn.
Just tell me something. This Santa rally, is it a thing like a fake virtual thing, or is there a fundamental thing behind it?
I think there's actual real stats behind it. The Stock Traders Almanac, the Hirschfeld guys actually have shown that this is a good period between basically the 1 week before the end of the year and the first few days.
But why is it? In other words, I always thought like people around this time are maybe selling stocks to give money to charity, pay bills, those sort of things. I would think there would be downward pressure on the stock market at the end of the year. And by the way, especially on a good year, trying to lock in gains so it's in the calendar for the records.
Yeah, I mean, I could say that I can see window dressing playing a role into year end. You know, professional money managers want their winners to look good, so they bid them up into the end of the year. And then the first part of the new year, I think, makes sense because that's when people allocate into asset classes. So there's money going into stocks in the beginning of the year.
That's the first couple parts here. I'm an anti-technical person.
This is fucking hella risky for
You don't
bears
like the
now.
chart
They
stuff.
made a new
I don't like the
they
chart
made
stuff.
a
I'm
new
a
low
fundamental
near
guy. I
at
want to know
10.
if there's fundamental stuff. That was
Lower than 950
Tom,
on
let's
QQQ,
talk
and they
about
can bounce like
which
crazy.
areas you think for the new year might be areas
get
that
bear
are
trap fucking
not
crazy
well
off the
covered
cycle,
and maybe
let's
ones that are a
see.
little off the radar, the sort of, I don't know, the headwind, tailwind, tail risk things that are out there right now.
This is crazy.
Yes, I think in 2026, there's going to be likely a more dovish Fed. And that dovish Fed will allow business confidence to recover. So the ISM, I think, recovers back above 50. And that's going to be a tailwind for traditional sectors like industrials, energy, and basic materials. So I think those are sort of three groups that should do better in 2026 than 2025. But then there's also, I think, some tailwinds building for the financial services, which you guys mentioned are doing well.
I really
which
want
is
a
that
$4
financial
fucking pullback
services
or $2
companies are really
pullback or
big
some shit.
beneficiaries of AI, and they're big beneficiaries of using blockchain technology.
Cycle
Both
is
will allow them
terrifying
to
here.
reduce their employee intensity of their business. And so I think the large tech-forward banks are going to start to see margin expansion and trade more like tech stocks in the future. And that's why, you know, the JP Morgans and the Goldmans could actually be the next Mag 7.
Can I just put a footnote or a footnote question on that? What about the deregulation part? Mickey Bowman over at the Fed has been very busy trying to make it easier for banks relative to regulations. Is that part of your outlook as well with the banks?
Well, that would be a very big tailwind, too. As you know, banks have been strangulated, especially post-GFC, and so it's removing some restrictions would be helpful, as long as you don't remove safeguard rails.
I've seen the market this year, Kelly, trade a little bit on some of the deregulation news. It wasn't something, as the year went on, it got to be more serious, and the idea that they were going to be reducing.
Because I could never even, I don't read the breadcrumbs carefully.
Bull trapping, breaking
You know,
LOD,
but it's-
broke
I hate
LOD, one
covering that.
direction
It's not
south,
like you
one
wake up
direction
and
south, one
someone goes, oh,
direction
this
south.
earnings report came out, or you wake
Wind
up and someone,
direction
like,
south.
I'll read an analyst that says, you
Wind
know, yesterday
direction
in a
south.
hearing, you know, this person
Right.
indicated this, and so it's hard for me sometimes to draw a straight
You're
line.
so clever about that, because that's kind of the way it happens. It drops in a hearing. It's discussed by a Fed official in a speech. And then it's proposed,
I'm back at all my
and then
profit
there's a 60-day
puts.
comment period,
Let's go, baby.
and then
I'm
they
back,
adopt
baby.
it.
Right, and then all
So
of a sudden you're
between
like,
there and there, it could be
I'm
like
fucking
9 months
back,
or a
baby.
year.
Oh
And I'm
my
not sure
God.
when, but I've seen
Mark,
some
you're
of the
fucking close, squeeze me
actual
crazy. I'm
adoption
back,
things
I'm fucking
move some
back.
of the stocks in a way that
Things
seems to be
830s.
what Tom is talking about, this idea of
Holy
thinking
fuck.
about banks having to hold somewhat less capital
Holy
as
fuck.
the year
I'm at
goes by. Especially,
5.7K.
by the way,
Holy
interestingly,
fuck.
I don't know, you look at the
Grinding
regional
down
banks, they're
crazy
an
into
area that
market
may
open.
benefit more than the larger
Holy
banks.
fuck, I'm
Yeah,
back, baby.
regional
Time is 10.
banks,
Let's go.
I think, are part of the reason we like small caps, because
Let's
as interest rates
Look at
decline
the fucking
and as
crazy.
business
I'm
activity
telling
picks
you,
up
bro. I
and
fucking told you
potentially
IWM
M&A
crazy
pick up,
bearish, right?
this really
I fucking
plays
told
into
you
the favor
IWM
of
crazy
regional
bearish,
banks.
right? And market went
Tom, it
fucking
seems
new
like
all
you're
time high,
describing a
broke
year
out
next
higher
year
on
that
that.
could
Make
have
that shit make sense,
strong
please.
growth, but also low interest rates. Are
QQQ
those
went
two things
higher.
at odds with each other and
Oh
in tension?
my God. Using the wedge.
You know,
breaking down
I'd say,
the wedge.
I know when people talk about low rates, it depends if they're looking at, long rates, short rates, or even, usable rates. But I do think next year is a year where
we gotta look at this
parts of the
shit,
economy
right?
that have
Watch
been
this shit on
suffering
QQQ, ready?
from high monetary
This is a
policy
bull
rates
fucking
may
trap.
actually
Watch
do
this shit
better.
on QQQ. I'm gonna show you
Kelly,
something.
can I have a macro minute
It's going
here?
into the purple
please.
box. This is
So
not
follow
good.
me on this, guys. I'm interested
All
in your
bulls are
thoughts.
fucking trapped. All
Guys,
bulls are trapped. They're
If
going
you live
back
in a
into
New
the purple
Jersey zip
box.
code,
Your bitch ass up ad. We're going back into the purple box on I can't fucking even 1 second. Time is 10. When all others are fearful, when all others are distracted, it is the most important to pay attention to the cycle, to the time confirmation, and alone. Making up the primary factors of the deductors market. doctor's world, so it's okay to be happy, it's okay to be sad, it's just absolutely important to be aware. And also to take that into consideration and be efficient in a productive way, if that makes sense. Okay, we gotta look at this shit on QQQ. I have to show this on QQQ. I have to. It's not that I can't show it on QQQ. We have to see it on QQQ. Matter of fact, we'll just see it on the big picture. QQQ, right, was in some sort of a breakout of the downward trend line. Sorry, this is December 8th. There is something going on here. Doesn't really show on QQQ, but it does show on Robinhood, honestly. It doesn't really show on QQQ. On the bigger shit. 10 a.m. is bouncing too. 10:05. Man, why the fuck did I see a wedge yesterday, or why did I see a wedge on Friday on QQQ, man? Can someone send a screenshot of the wedge on QQQ if they see it, or something? Because my chart is, I don't want to lag out, to be honest. I don't want to press too many buttons. There are so many bears here, and the bulls are all burning, so what do they do? Where is IWM going? IWM might be playing somewhere here, 250, 249, 248.5 somewhere. Or play in the purple box today. Again, from the bottom. Time is 10:05. Oh my god. Sorry, my chart freezing up on. Look at Tesla too. My chart is freezing up. Look at Tesla too. Can you fucking believe it? Believe it, because they literally went from Wednesday 490 to 478, 478 to 490, 490 to 480 again. What does that do? It deletes the 500 calls expiring today, right? It was the 500 calls on Tesla was the biggest play of the market coming into this week on Tuesday, and I literally called that out and I said, hey, in the WhatsApp group, I think they're going to delete 500 calls somehow. They are absolutely destroying 500 Tesla calls from Monday. Monday was the tippity top at 498, 500, and then Tuesday we were at 485s. Wednesday we dumped it off. Friday we dumping it off, and every single day came back to near 500. Right, drop off, came back to the middle. Drop off, come back to the middle. Giving 500 hope when you fucking burning it all. Burnt it all. Wild work. That was a deduction. I mean, to see it fucking happen though, I'm not gonna lie, it's wild work. But I mean, that's literally what was happening because of options playing, setup happening. Retail, the mass is too bullish on candle. And they slightly pull back, and they don't even go lower that much on Tesla. They just keep going lower and higher and lower and higher and lower and higher perfectly. Just fucking keep burning everything. Keep burning it everything. QQQ, I really want to see on the higher time frame, so I'm going to try to see it again. QQQ. I haven't left a single fucking put. I mean, I've been in for quite a while, so I'm kind of still thinking it's gonna reload and head a little bit lower than this shit by at least $1, but yeah, I need something more. Like I'm basically in profit if they go to 10 a.m. again, but like I just need a this is little work. slightly below the 1 p.m. close. It's not even bearish yet, if that makes sense. We went nowhere. We literally went nowhere. This is the 9:30 market open, and we're playing in the algo range yet, if that makes sense. Why? Because the market's cycling, right? There's bulls and bears stuck, yes, but you understand they're gonna just fucking data burn, delete it, so that new money gets fucked, and then old money gets fucked, and then new money constantly keeps coming in. So market's gonna constantly cycle, market's gonna constantly trap, and market's gonna constantly keep doing and showing
so
the
good
real
in the
move.
back there. Ugh.
Wow.
Doesn't look so good.
Face plant.
And now let's look at the difference between the two, which is the savings rate.
The other move
And that's how we do math on national television.
Too, so.
And there's the savings rate coming down. Suggests, Tom, some pressure there for the consumer. You can't keep going with incomes being flat, adjusted for inflation, and spending being higher because something's got to give. What's your take on those three charts right there?
Well, I mean, I think you're hitting a key point, which is inflation hopefully is tamer
the previous high today, turning the resistance and the support as well.
And at a constant wage growth, that means incomes would be higher.
Yes.
Real basis, right?
That's right. And in terms of spending, I didn't realize that there was such a gap the last 2 quarters. Is that
well, it's the last quarter especially, yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, in some ways I can see consumers, you know, next year there's the wealth effect from stocks.
And the tax refunds as well.
Yeah, so
could help.
Yeah, so I don't spend that much time thinking about savings rates for consumers, but I think leverage is still not too high for consumers, so I think there's still room for the consumer to be healthy.
Yes, you see a good year for the market.
Yeah.
Even though I think we've rarely had more than 3 years of double-digit gains. Sam Stovall was saying last hour, but we have had a 5-year run of them, and it was in the 90s when we were having something called the internet, and here we are in the AI boom. So I don't know how lofty my expectations should be about what this market can achieve now, or if the fact that I'm even asking
still near
if
the
we're going to have a
LOD
run
and
that strong
cycle, but I
means
mean this is
sentiment is too
literally hovering at the
one-sided,
previous low.
and we're due for some kind of correction.
Yeah, I mean, I think as
reset the RSI
2025 comes to a
maybe
close
go
and the
lower.
market's
So maybe it might cycle.
I think
and,
we have to remember that this
chop
was
here for
a very
20 minutes.
difficult year because
As long as it
from
doesn't
February
break
to April we had a
10:05
bear
and as
market,
long as it doesn't break
and we
10
had
a.m.
7
level and
corrections
flip
of
you
more than
at,
3% this
then
year.
most
So as
likely
much
than
as
not,
this is like an up 18% year, it was
most
a year
likely
of a
than
bear
not,
market
it's
and then a
still
recovery.
bearish
So I think
with the
next
higher
year
time frame,
probably
so
feels that way too, that it could have a replay where there's a very
will
big
go,
decline and a
or
recovery.
IWM could go.
But since 1928, there have been 12 large markets where 3 years of 20% gains have been realized. And in the 4th year, half the time, the market does better. So there's equal odds that we could actually do better than 20%.
Tom, we're out of time, but real quick, your biggest risk to this whole
the wedge,
lovely forecast.
big time wedge.
Well, I think that complacency still is the biggest risk. You know, that we are underestimating risk,
of all
and that's
wedges,
watching the VIX. But you know, my clients are pretty cautious, so I think the good news is people aren't that complacent.
Look at that shit,
They're worried
right?
enough.
Yeah.
Still bearish as fuck. Still bearish as fuck. There is so much room on IWM. There is so much room on QQQ right now. Look at the MACD going bearish on the 1 hour. This is not bullish. This is bearish as fuck. Not bearish as fuck, but this is starting to be bearish. This is all it is. IWM helping big time. So new LOD into 1010. New LOD into 1010. They want to go lower. They broke the floor, so they're about to go a little bit lower, in my opinion. This is the 3/3. Man, it's turning fucking crazy bearish now. I think I need to get the fuck out, honestly. I am coming in huge profit now. I think I need to get the fuck out. Candles are going and going. This is the 3/3. Candles are stacking now. Big time red candles are coming now. This is LOD broke. Your previous low of the day. Reloaded and then went. They went now. And MACD going crazy over. So this could be the end of the 3/3 now happening. Bull trapping QQQ. Still bearish as shit on IWM. This the thing is though, IWM is so crazy. Once they do something, I'm not saying the market's gonna continuously go, but IWM you could keep going and going. This is the new floor 1010. Cycle is happening. Market is trying to decide with so many bears down here and oversold as fuck. 6,929. I don't even know anymore. Look at the MACD and QQQ now. It's pretty oversold. There's like no volume. I wanted to somehow chop, reload, and go lower, honestly, but wow, this is fucking. I should have maybe have left 2 minutes ago, but I'm still in 6,930. We are now below 6,930. So if they chop here somehow and then go a little bit lower with MACD and volume into 6,920, 6,925, then I am in good hands. Market was super bullish into 945, right? And they flipped the fuck out of that. Can we do a poll? How crazy bullish did it look into 945? Did it look bullish completely? Yes or no? Alright, let's do a fucking poll, please, right now. Right now. Alright, without setup, without looking at QQQ breaking up, and without looking at IWM dumping, did it look crazy bullish? Yes or no? Convince. Yes or no? Let's see. Did it convince you? Yes or no at 945? That's the realest question, because this is what I mean by go, revisit the fucking past by looking at the live stream or whatever you do to review what happened in the day, and then you just got to see what you were feeling, how you were doing. Market going lower. IWM leading. IWM crazy. I literally said IWM crazy bearish on market open right there, leading this shit. 15-minute going fucking do. This is the biggest volume market open since literally Monday of December 15th, December 12th. This shit is a fucking dump on IWM almost. This is a fucking dump on IWM. Look at this fucking huge ass candle. This is a measured move almost from some day. I don't even know what day, but that's crazy how they look crazy bullish into 945 using QQQ, man. They looked crazy bullish off of 945. At 945, did it convince you bullish? 3 people voted yes, and then no one voted no. So thank you so much. You know what I mean? It was fucking crazy bullish. And I want to vote yes too, because it looked bullish to me too. So I'm not gonna lie, the market is the best at doing what it does, using candles, using MACD perfectly. But the setup is sometimes hidden so perfectly like that the majority gets caught in the 330 from 940 to 945, from 935 into 945. When was it 1/3, 2/3 in 940, right? So technically speaking, smart money hedge fund might have went in at 931 and then left at 934, 935 saying, oh, that's 1/3, 2/3 safe now. And then retail comes in and plays like crazy and gets dumped on. So every fucking day, but this shit's crazy, bro. It is literally what it is doing, though. Market cycling. Smart money versus retail, dumb money, whatever you want to call it. Institutional players versus small retail versus all that. I'm not gonna lie, candle coming in pretty thick, bouncing, so this shit is almost dangerous. Could burn all holders here too. Wow, 10-15 bouncing crazy into 10-20 showing. Now it is. Wow. RSI in oversold territory. IWM is knifing up, trying. The market is cycling here to chop here to decide what to do, with the RSI being reset. Again, something from 10 to 10:05 type of deal happening, but in a bigger picture because of the MACD RSI being down here, oversold a little bit. Bring it back up.
3 billion bucks.
Steve Wesley, founder of the Wesley Group and a former Tesla board member. Steve, it's great
Look at
to
the
have
shit
you
they're
on.
saying
Let's
now.
start right
Tesla
there.
will have to
Joining
bend
us
over
now, Steve
backwards to
Wesley,
keep share prices
founder
up.
of the Wesley Group and a
Says
former
Wesley
Tesla
Group
board
Steve
member.
Wesley.
Steve, it's great to have you on. And let's start right there. I just used the phrase. I'm going to put it to you.
You sound so
Comeback kid for
fucking
Tesla.
set up, I
Is it
guess.
warranted?
Oh.
Well, we'll see. Look,
Oh my god,
2026
that's fucking
is going to be a
disgusting.
pivotal
490
year.
to 478
Share price today,
again.
record high, $1.5 trillion. But Tesla's likely to see the second year of declining sales and shrinking profits. So they've got
Like in my personal opinion, bears are still here. This is just some market cycling too. Get all candle traders too. Get fucked and hope again basically happening. It's just cycle happening.
More revenue growth. They're going to have to bend
They
over
popped it
backwards
at
to keep that share
9,
price up.
10, 15 to 10, 20, and they're probably going to play around here in between the VWAP, in between 10, 15, and then figure out.
But Musk and Tesla have come out and said the way we've built these cars, superior. We can make more money on them as we roll out the robo-taxis. How to gauge it?
Candle traders are done so in this
the way
market,
to
man.
gauge it is
The
two
roaring
things.
20s. Never forget the roaring 20s, folks.
The time between critical
time is it?
interventions. So Tesla
Roaring 20s.
robotaxis go about 1,500 miles between critical interventions. That's where something's wrong enough where you have to pull over on the side. Waymos get about 17,000 miles
ratio here.
between the critical interventions. So they're way ahead technologically at the moment. Waymos in 20 markets by the end of 2026. They did 14 million rides, or will do 14 million rides this year. I think moving to about 35 million next year. So look, Tesla in 2 cities still requires safety drivers. They got a lot of ground to make up.
Hey, Steve, it's Dom. I wonder, with the stock right now hovering just around record highs, if not hitting record highs just in the last couple of weeks or so.
Have it. Wow.
What is the catalyst that you see needed for investors to continue that story in 2026? You mentioned some of the benchmarks you're looking at, but what exactly is the roadway in terms of what they need to deliver quarter by quarter for investors to keep saying, we're going to keep the stock, we're going to keep bidding it up?
Wow, at the midpoint already.
A few things. They have to
at
see
the midpoint
more
already.
growth. I think it's lower cost models, but they need to prove that they can grow in new areas. And one of those areas is their energy division is booming.
Man, this shit is burning people from literally fucking Friday while they're going down on this shit. It's crazy. From Wednesday.
There's a revolution going on in AI and data centers, and it's forcing
I was in profit good, and then now it is trying to squeeze back. That is crazy. Market cycling here.
Will grow from about 10 billion last year to 14 billion this year. That's 40%. They can keep up that growth. The energy division may be that spark they're looking for.
Yeah, it's distributed power, Steve. Hey, it's Brian Sullivan. It's like billions of minutes of electrical power rolling around on batteries. That's the way to look at it, because
Wednesday's close. We're testing again.
Tesla's market cap is larger than every American car company combined. You can even throw in a couple of French companies or whatever's left in Europe, by the way, on top of that. But what did the market get wrong? In mid-March, Tesla was at $222 a share. Politicians were kind of dumping on it, making fun of Elon Musk. That literally ticked the bottom. The stock has more than doubled since then. What changed in the sentiment since mid to late March?
So that's
nothing.
$1 trillion
set up on everybody for the last 6 months.
Flat-ish growth. What the heck happened here? I think what people are believing is that Tesla is on the cusp of delivering full self-driving, and again, getting full testing in Texas without drivers is a big step forward. But they need more. This energy thing is going to be huge. People are beginning to realize car companies aren't just car companies anymore. They have to be technology companies. They have to be energy companies. Don't take my word for it. Look at
why is the candle fucking King Kong red?
The world's largest
because the market's saying fuck candle traders. Is what I'm saying. Looking at the MACD volume, going, oh, bullish now, trap all bears, bullish, 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 and then they get fucked because they're literally just they're chopping here. It's not bullish or bearish, just deciding what to do. But there's a lot of bears here stuck now too. There's a lot of bulls here too.
That's a real difference maker for the company.
There's a lot of bears from Wednesday close.
That's going to give them a boost.
This shit looking crazy though, I'm not gonna lie. It reverted like a wall. Oversold back to neutral grounds. This is neutral grounds. Chopping. Wow. Is it really? Come on. Alright. If it doesn't stop here, then it's at VWAP now. Look at this strategy. Micro strategy. Looking bear trappy as fuck now in 0 DTs too.
Bitcoin trade. Mackenzie Sagalos joins us now with all the details on the strategy trade. Mackenzie.
Hey, good morning, Dom. So it has been a rough year for strategy. The stock is down nearly 50% year to date. And the company that built its identity around aggressive Bitcoin buying is now pivoting to something that it's never prioritized before, cash. So this week, Strategy disclosed that it's grown its U.S. dollar reserve to $2.2 billion, selling shares to fund it, specifically to cover preferred dividends and debt interest. Now, that reserve didn't exist a month ago. And what's also notable here is what they didn't do in that same window.
Let's see what happens with the cycle building here. Right, we are now back above the previous low today, turned into resistance and support somewhere around 692. So.
Strategy holds more than 671,000 Bitcoin
cycle building.
at an
If
average
this flips
acquisition cost of
bearish,
roughly $75,000 according to its latest filing. Now, with Bitcoin near $89,000
if this yellow line flips, this is not bullish. This is chopping
Bitcoin
at best.
yield that actually went negative this quarter. Now, the overhang here is January 15th. MSCI is deciding whether to kick Strategy out of its indexes, arguing that these digital asset treasury companies look more like investment funds than operating businesses. JP Morgan estimates that index exclusion could trigger about $2.8 billion in passive outflows,
1 minute looks bullish as
and up
fuck.
to almost
The candle looks
$9
bullish as
billion
fuck, but the
if
5
other
minute can do
index
something
providers
different.
follow suit. Strategy chairman Michael Saylor pushed back on X, saying that the company is not a fund and pointed to their software business and the billions in digital
Deciding
credit
whether
securities
to be
they've
bearish
issued this
now
year,
or
but the
not.
market
Off
is
of
not
10,
buying
20,
it. The premium investors used to pay for
off of
Strategy
10,
shares has
25.
largely evaporated. So bottom line here, Strategy has gone from Bitcoin's most aggressive buyer to a company that is managing liquidity and now waiting to see if it still belongs in the indexes that helped make it a household name.
10:30 is here in 28 seconds. If it does not go lower, then 10:25 is creating some sort of algo range at 10:25 as well. We will now mark them. Since that's what the market is doing.
Joining us for more on the markets, Tom Hainlin, National Investment Strategist at U.S. Bank Asset Management. Good morning to you, sir. I'm curious as we think about just the last few trading days of the year and going into next year.
All this bullish MACD now,
fairly lofty valuations. The market's seen decent appreciation this year. Is that a concern of yours as you think about your portfolio?
If they decide to go lower,
year?
they can go way more now because
I think what was confidence building was that the market hit an all-time high on Christmas Eve, but it wasn't tech that
chances are not that high either. I mean, there's a lot of bears, so I mean,
and so seeing
with
that
direction
broadening
south,
out
let's see what
across the
happens.
sectors, especially those cyclical sectors, I think gives us a little more confidence heading into the next year. You've also seen strong performance, really down cap in mid and small cap stocks. So it's not just tech leading the way now. You've got those cyclical sectors, those smaller companies also participating. I think that's a helpful setup into the new year.
You also note that the consumer remains the anchor to U.S. growth, and that's expected to continue next year thanks to rate cuts and tax benefits from the plan passed earlier in the year. How concerned are you about the labor market kind of pouring cold water on that?
Wind direction is north or neutral
linchpin, right?
since
So
10:15.
consumers are spending money that they earn, so they both have to earn the money and then the confidence to go ahead and spend that. So we're looking for layoffs. That's kind of a particular area of focus. As long as those stay relatively subdued, we think that's a positive setup for the consumer to continue to have another good year in 26, which is really the linchpin of the economy. And the other has just been businesses investing the money that they're earning into capital equipment and AI and everything else that's really driving the economy.
I was going to say that's obviously been a key area of growth as well. It's just the AI economy, how much has gone into CapEx there. Do you expect that to continue in a big way, or do you think we could see some changes on that front, just given the size of the investment this year and whether the market will still be open for it next?
Yeah, we haven't really seen any changes in kind of the investment levels in AI and other productivity tools. And those benefits are not just flowing to the kind of the picks and the shovels of the AI industry, but the companies that are employing that to help drive growth and productivity and maintain those profit margins. So we see continued investment in AI, robotics, other CapEx in the technology sector, again, just really driving that productivity again into 2026.
And then in terms of the top opportunities you see, it's an income and foreign equities. Where specifically within those two buckets do you think are key opportunities next year?
You know, for bond market investors, you're starting with pretty good yields, but there's additional opportunities for example, in the mortgage market, those mortgages that aren't backed by federal agencies to kind of capture that additional income on the back of that healthy consumer and homeowner. And then foreign equities,
right at
both Europe and Asia, we see opportunities. Valuations aren't the same that they are here in the United States, and you have kind of positive monetary and fiscal policies supporting growth, and then you also get that additional dividend yield,
right back up,
and those cash flows tend to go into share buybacks, which again support price appreciation.
Hey, Tom, just real quick, how do you play that foreign equity story? Is it a broad-based mutual fund that one buys? I mean, you could also buy U.S. multinationals as well in terms of capturing foreign growth.
You know, it's a good question, Steve. We prefer kind of broad allocations and capturing also not just those multinationals, but those local champions, whether it's in Europe and Asia. So you know, you've got the fiscal stimulus within Europe, and you want to own those local companies there. And then Asia's embarking also on AI investment. Again, some of those companies aren't listed, globally. There aren't U.S. multinationals. So both, Steve, both the multinationals, but also those local champions, and allocating that towards more of a broad approach.
SPY flipping VWAP. Cycle extending. Fucking terrible candles. 10.20 to 10.25 chop and then pop. Okay. VWAP is testing. But it to break out on the 15-minute candle or to fake out. Holy fuck. QQQ at the 0.50 Fibonacci. Let's do a poll. Everybody do a poll before candle comes in. Your opinion poll. Market about to go above VWAP. Market about to reject. Market about to chop. VWAP fly, reject start, or chop. I think it's going to reject start. But that's like the lowest possibility, I guess. VWAP is faking out. QQQ is fucking going crazy too. 0.618, 0.5 Fibonacci of QQQ. SPY as well. Someone says reject, reject, reject. So 3 people. Chris says fly. 5 people saying VWAP fly. 3 people says reject start. 2 people says chop in the poll in the WhatsApp group. Okay. Time is 10:35. That pole also aligns with IWM. Fly means go inside the purple box. Reject means stay out of the purple box. Chop means stay here. Still play. Everything aligning, market deciding. It's only a $1 bounce up and it's doing a fuck ton of work. And $1 up and it's doing a fuck ton to my contract. It's ranging literally where my shit is. Like, what the fuck? Now, QQQ showing bullish into 1035 and SPY is delayed by one candle. Like, what? IWM. There's a lot of bulls trapped off of 945. There's a lot of bears trapped of 1015. That's why they're chopping. They're gonna decide what to do. And always something at some point. After some cycles, after some chops, after some burning, after some sort of game. Why? Because the setup is just too strong. The setup is it could be extended. Setup could be delayed, but it has to release pressure at some point in some way, whether the pressure is up or down. Or they just delay that pressure by data burning too into close. But I mean, I'm saying when the setup's there and it is reloading like this and it is building liquidity at the floor or at the roof or at the middle or something, when it happens, it'll be so fast that it will most likely come pretty, you know what I'm saying? Like in terms of the big picture, it will feel pretty not too slow because the momentum and all the shit has that have built into it. So that's literally why 945 to 10, 950, 10, 15 was just super fucking fast and going crazier. So 1 hour, man. 1 hour and we are right where we opened. That is on something. One hour and we are right where we opened. Someone said IWM is trying to go. Go where? Home? IWM is... It ain't going nowhere. It hasn't went anywhere since 10 minutes ago. Is it gonna go up or down? I don't know. ET wants to go home. Gotta find out where home is. ET wants to go home. Home, we'll find out. When it is most likely possible to find out.
But Torsten Slok, chief economist at Apollo Global Management, is here with us at post 9. It's great to have you here. Welcome.
Thank you.
So we just teased it. The economy is in better shape than people are expecting. Why? What are you seeing?
Well, the list of bullet points of the tailwinds is just getting longer and longer. So we have the one big beautiful bill, which will literally start next week. That's good for consumers. That's good for immediate expensing for companies. We also have lower oil prices. We also have that the dollar has been going down. And finally, we also have that the trade war is now further and further behind us. So the list of reasons why you should be more bullish on growth just keeps on growing as we look into the next several quarters.
I've heard the talking points that there's stimulus here in this economy too going to 2026, whether it's overt and explicit or not. Your thoughts?
Absolutely. The one big beautiful bill helps on 2 different fronts. It helps with immediate expensing for companies. So now you can do 100% write down of your capex expenditures right away. That's not normally the case. You have to normally do that throughout several years. The second thing that's also helpful is that we also have that the consumer is facing now a lot of tailwinds because we get a lot of refunds in the beginning of this year because now you have a look back to 2025 and that will help also. The refunds will generally be 50% bigger in 2026 than what they were in 2025. So both from the consumer side and from the corporate side and the fact that the trade war is getting further and further behind us, it is all very helpful for growth.
You know, Torsten, a lot of us on Wall Street like to read your daily notes out there. You kind of juxtapose the markets next to what's happening with the economy. Is the market where it is right now justified given what you think is a better economy that's going to develop over 2026? And how exactly does that give it more runway than what it already has right now from a valuation standpoint?
Yeah, this is exactly the discussion for 2026, that the growth outlook, as we just talked about, is actually good. But the problem, of course, for the market as usual is that it's so concentrated in AI. The 10 biggest stocks now make up basically 40% of the index, and we have AI is no longer just a big issue in concentration in equities. It's also because of hyperscaler issuance becoming an issue in public IG. Because the public IG index used to be just financials, but now the public IG index is not only financials, but it's more and more also becoming hyperscalers. So the AI story is just no longer just an equity story. It's also highly concentrated in the credit market. And the consequence of this is that, yes, growth may be good, but if the AI story disappoints in 2026, we could still have good growth, but at the same time, the AI story rolls over. We could have some headwinds, especially to equity markets, but now also more and more to public credit markets.
More and more to public credit markets. Kind of sounds like Tom Hogarth. He kind of sounds like Tom Hogarth, but more and more. If they go LOD test, I'm going to leave on LOD test probably, and I'll keep my Monday into LOD break, but I am kind of being a little too risky with the 0 DTs here, so I want to get the fuck out. LOD hope, LOD test.
Earlier this month closed out a strong year for IPOs, the biggest since 2021. Chime, Circle, CoreWeave also listing in 2025. Thompson Nguyen is the co-founder and managing partner of Sega Ventures. Saga Ventures? Sega Ventures? Which
Saga
backed
Ventures.
Reddit. Saga Ventures, which backed Reddit, Anduril, and Ramp. Yeah, I guess Sega would be probably copyrighted. Thank you very much for joining us. So, you know, we've seen the IPO market come back to some extent this year. Obviously, 2021 was an anomaly by many measures. But I'm curious if you think next year could be even bigger than that, given what we're expecting, at least what's been reported with regard to the potential for OpenAI, Anthropic,
You're chopping here,
SpaceX.
certainly.
I mean, that could be
Since
beyond
10/20.
records if they ultimately raise capital at
What
levels
is it
that are
doing with
being
all this?
reported right now.
I think that's right. First, thanks for having me. I think 2026 will be a good year for IPOs, to be honest. I think we're expecting modest rate cuts in the next year. We see this surge of AI and by extension chip and energy companies that are continuing to grow. And as you mentioned, there's this continuing backlog of large cap private companies. In addition to SpaceX, OpenAI, and Anthropic, we've got Stripe, Cerberus Systems, and Databricks as well.
Do you think that the private markets are more or less disciplined than the public markets will be
If it's, I think
asked that because
they're bearish as fuck.
we've
About
seen these
if
private fundraisers.
it actually
what
breaks this
appears
on
to
the
be
5 and 15 minute and
eye-popping
somehow goes
valuations.
to
We don't
693
know all of the
4, then they're gonna
specifics
go
as it
here
pertains to
real
the
quick.
fundamentals for many of these companies.
Real
but then
quick.
at the same time, on the flip side, you have a public market environment where there's been just such
Trying
a
out
dearth
5 and
of
15 minute. Let's see
big
if the
growth
5 and 15 minute
name
crosses the
brand companies coming to
690.34.
market over the
Big
last
and
few
strong.
years. I wonder if there will be sort of this supply-demand dynamic whereby the buy side is clamoring to get into these names just because they haven't had exposure to them in quite some time.
I think it's natural for private valuations
Ain't doing
to
it big and
sort of
strong yet.
kind of
Big
be
and
a
strong.
leading indicator, and then once they IPO, we'll see this sort of like correction or reversion to PE multiples that make more sense in
big and
public
strong.
markets.
Let's see.
But at the end of the day, when you play a long-term game, these companies have to eventually build and provide goods and services to people. And so, you look at OpenAI, they've got 800 million users for what is essentially a 3-year-old product. They have a million businesses using it. It really is sort of amazing growth and sort of a trajectory that we've really not seen at all before with these, what we're calling AI native companies.
And one thing that I've heard is, maybe some concerns around the market being able to absorb all the supply. If it does come to pass that these big companies all come out next year around the same time, is the market able to absorb all of that new issuance, or do you think you could see some pockets of volatility as a result of it?
I mean, I think one thing we always worry about in early stage venture capitals that the market can't really bear thousands of small startups working in AI infrastructure and AI applications, and the same is probably true in the public markets as well. We will see, as companies IPO, value accrue to the winners. Just as we saw in the 2010s, we had value accruing to Amazon Web Services, to Google Cloud Platform, and Microsoft Azure Cloud. We will see this similar consolidation effect for AI application layers.
It's now or never. I mean, candles are stacking here, but it's now or never in this candle or not. But it's
phase and this rationalization phase. Which one is next year? We're still in the formation of.
I mean, there's still. Let's see what happens in the next 2 minutes. Really, if it really wants to do it, it will flip here in 5.
I still think we're in the very early innings of what we're calling transformer-style LLM companies.
This is what I mean. Like, there's all these
like
bulls trapped, all this
really
momentum.
3 years
if it wants
old.
to really go, LOD test
We
it
now
has to do
have
it now or not.
OpenAI and NVIDIA
Now or not,
announcing their $100
all this
billion
momentum's gonna be used to go nowhere or
infrastructure
go higher again,
data
so.
center in September. That'll provide
Momentum
10
and setup has to
gigawatts
be
of
used,
power
or
to NVIDIA chips
it will be used for something else
basically
later.
train their next generation models. We're still in the very, very early stages of allowing for these AI models to understand, synthesize, and provide curated internet for users. And then we've not even touched upon what we're calling the sort of like agentic internet. The idea that these AI agents can perform actions on our behalf.
Different cycle now.
The most specific examples like agentic commerce. The idea that if I have an AI agent that understands and knows my preferences, it'll automatically buy things on my behalf. So, it knows that once I've logged 300 miles on my running shoes, it'll automatically just buy a pair
Looks
of
like
the latest running shoes that I've been using for the last couple of years.
If this candle goes higher than 1046 here, it's 1050 bounce. If this goes higher than this candle by a single cent, then it's 1045 to 1050, and market's going to decide what to do with that bounce. IWM, irrational, unpredictable bounce from 1045 into 1050, or 1045 bounce to 1045. Spiked up and deciding what to do in the algo range, and now time is 1050, and we are now playing within the algo range. That could be happening too. Whatever they're doing though, it's best to be aware, best to be logical, best to be responsible and understanding of the true things they're doing, instead of bullshit candle hopping, instead of bullshit, fake bullshitting, instead of hoping. Hope is the destruction of all real, lasting, real shit. That's not me being negative, that's me being real. So, hope is the destruction of all. I honestly think a lot of people aren't possible and able to be, like, professional and amazing when they're retail amateur traders. It's just the damn hope part on this damn candle shit too. So I ain't gonna lie. You gotta literally love to be and wanna be a deductor. That's all it is. Every single day. The market is too crazy, and it is also constantly moving. Yo, what the fuck? It's like right on my fucking put level. It's ass to be on the wrong side. It's right on my put level. Chopping it up. You got IWM. Got IWM out of nowhere. From 1015 level to 1045 level. Down there to up. All the liquidity they're building at the middle here. Why? Because we haven't been here in quite a while. 624, 625-ish on QQQ. I guess 690 on SPY, right? They're building liquidity here. Like, what else they doing?
Your team
Building
and all your tools together.
Until next week, I guess.
And how about trading 24/7? Right now, you have a lot of opportunity to trade before and after the market, but that might be extended even more. Joining me right now,
bull
Jonathan
trap, guys.
Senior Managing Partner
I
at
don't even know,
Meridian
man.
Equity Partners, right
I
here
think it's a bull
on the
trap
floor
personally,
of the
but
New York
wow.
Stock Exchange. And I want to get your thoughts and your market outlook. But first, let's just talk about this front and center story. You
This
had
shit is wild.
former SEC Chair Gary Gensler talking and had a long interview about extended trading and the prospect of NASDAQ and other exchanges
Look
doing
at that
so.
fucking SPX candle just coming in out of
This is a
fucking
conversation
nowhere.
you have regularly here.
Dude.
Where are we now, and what do you foresee going forward?
She was
Good morning,
green,
Nicole. This has been a conversation that's been going on for quite some time now. How to expand market hours? What's the process? What's the benefits? Are there drawbacks
Tesla
to
went
it?
into
So
the
currently
purple
right
box.
now, you can trade U.S. equities from
473
4
and
a.m.
bouncing.
to 9:30 a.m.
Cannot even
in the
be more.
pre-market.
This is what
From
smart
there,
money
you can
deduct
trade
is
the
doing on
primary
Tesla.
markets are from 9:30 to 4
Fucking
p.m.
Tesla.
And then afterwards, you can
How
trade
crazy
the
that is.
aftermarkets from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. So what they're looking at here is trying to extend it now, those additional hours that it's closed. And I think the market, the target that they're going for here is
crazy.
for order flow from retail coming out of Asia. That's a very large market participant from the retail side. There's a significant amount of interest and a significant amount of flow that does come out of that region during our trading hours.
Asia.
And if you look at some of the platforms that do trade,
There's a lot of
like
people in
Robinhood and
Asia
others,
trading
a
during
significant amount
US
of that
hours, so
activity
that's
that's
very true.
occurring in U.S. overnight, we'll call it, is coming out of Asia. So this is their way of
Time is
attracting and
10:55
giving
here in
that
18
opportunity
seconds. Right?
for the Asian investors.
This is the 1/3, 2/3, 3/3
during the
bearish.
closed
I think they
hours,
want to
give them
bring
an
it lower.
opportunity
This is
to
the
participate in the
1/3,
market.
2/3, 3/3 bearish from 10:35.
And there was just
We're now in the bearish cycle.
to 8:59,
MACD
59
and volume is
for a
bearish.
reset. So I thought we were at 23.5 now.
Well, there are some platforms that do trade that extra
Are
timing,
doing that.
Right,
but the
this is
primary
now the
markets, when you
3/3
look
bear
at what
cycle
ARCA
now.
and NASDAQ trade, their hours are pre-market
main session,
and
post-market.
ARCA's NYSE.
NYSE.
Right? That's basically, when we're saying ARCA, we're saying NYSE.
Right, so it's 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. now. But what we do see, and we watch this over time when discussing pre-markets and post-markets, yes, there is activity. And we see a lot of activity when there's headlines, when there's earnings seasons.
Right.
We see a significant amount of activity there.
So are we going to go to the weekends? Are we going to 24/7? Do you think that happens?
I don't think we're going to extend into the weekends, but it does give an opportunity, and it does add to that conversation of there are headlines that come out over the weekend. What is the benefit of trading during that?
So 1050 rejected and 1050 bouncing into 1055. They want to fake out again real quick before something.
Yeah. Are we going to go here at ARCA and NASDAQ to 23 hours, 5 days a week?
That's the proposal.
Is that going to happen in the first half of the year?
I don't know the timing on that one. That is the proposal that's going out there. My concern about this whole thing is liquidity and volatility. Right.
Insane chop at the middle.
And when we're trading in the U.S., New York Times, 9:30 to 4.
IWM going bearish.
QQQ
going bullish.
Like, we've got market makers like we have here in the New York Stock Exchange that are putting in their capital, their influx of orders that help offset volatility. In the aftermarkets, we see it today. There's a tremendous amount of volatility, and there's less volume than the normal trading sessions. That's going to mean that markets are going to, that individual stocks are going to
What is
back
this?
and forth.
But anybody can use these.
Anybody can use these.
It's not only
How the fuck does anyone know
employees
if IWM about to lead or if QQQ about to lead or if they're about to do nothing? They're
there
doing
might
it
not
all.
be enough liquidity to help offset the volatility, and that's what my concern is. Because if this is geared towards the retail investor, which I believe it is, the retail investors aren't sophisticated enough to be able to trade around those markets. And when that volatility comes through, and you're going to see massive swings overnight with low volume and high volatility, people better be prepared for what they're asking for.
Okay, so I can use myself as example. I went out with friends and someone said, oh, you know, denim is great and the Gap has a new line and it's the best. Or whatever, Levi's or whatever. And I come home and I've had a couple of champagnes and I say, oh, I'm buying, I didn't even look where it closed. Is that a concern? I mean, people are just sort of not looking, or they won't have, you know, sort of a sense of perspective, or is it just like the deal won't go through until somebody meets my order?
I think every investor, when they get into the market,
This is
has
true
to be educated
algo
on
range
what they're
gaming.
buying and
With
why
the
they're buying
indexes
and what the
being all
implications
mixed
of
up,
that may be.
we are at
In the
all-time high, so it's
aftermarkets,
easier to do
in
that
this
too.
proposed 24-hour trading, when there's less volume,
6,935
there's
today,
gonna be
still
more
all-time
volatility. What I'm
highs.
saying is that investors need to be prepared that if you want your best price, it's going to be during the primary markets. If you're going to be trading in the pre-markets, post-markets, and this new proposed 23 hours of it, be prepared that you might not get the best price. You're going to get the best price at that time, but is it the right value? Is it the true value? We see it all the time in pre-markets when earnings come out. Stocks swing back and forth, and when they open on the primary market, they find their tight range.
Do we feel like the SEC is on board, really pushing for this, or pushing back against this?
I don't think the SEC is pushing back, in my opinion. I think we are a global market. I think having
Cycles are getting
access
very
to
tight
all
now.
in the globe to our U.S. markets is some step that we should be taking. I'm well aware of the fact that they understand the ramifications of this.
QQQ
but
wants
there
to
is
run
a
up.
significant amount of
IWM wants to go dump,
that
so
wants to have
it's very misaligned
access to
here.
our market.
Risk
Keep
is
in
fucking
mind,
there
it's the
for
time
bulls
difference,
and bears like crazy.
We're talking about overnight
There's a
trading,
fuck ton of liquidity here for the last 1 hour at DWAP, and they're about to decide what to do with the momentum. I don't know. I mean, I keep fucking saying, you know, like, this is a fucking data trap almost at all fucking points, bull and bear at this point. But I mean, they're not even going lower or going higher. They're just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. So, I mean, I guess until something happens, can't really call.
Exchanges. I mean, really, when I think of U.S. exchanges,
Candle is just trying to show, candle is not, candle is just trying to show a run, not down, not up, not down, not
NASDAQ and NYSE.
since about
I think what we're going to
10:45.
see is, and we'll take ICE for example. ICE is the parent company of the NYSE. ICE owns many different exchanges and many different venues across the board, or globally, right? So ICE will probably position themselves in a way where they're going to continue to own the New York Stock Exchange and ARCA, and they'll own other exchanges. We're seeing it come out with the Texas Exchange that NYSE has.
We have the CME. Don't forget the CME.
Correct. So I think they're going to position themselves accordingly, where they're covered throughout all 23 hours in different exchanges, and then it will roll over from exchange to exchange.
Are you going to have to give your clients advice
on how to do this overnight. There's a black swan event, whatever that big event may be. Are you, when you're talking to your clients during the day,
it's
and
like
saying,
slowly starting to
hey,
look
John,
not bearish either.
trading millions of dollars with you. If a black swan event comes and I want to trade at night,
I need lower.
What do I do? Are you going to have that added
We will have to have those conversations.
Added liability?
Keep in mind that our clients are large institutions and hedge funds, so they are already trading pre-market and post-market.
Right.
I think it's going to take some time to get there for larger institutions to really jump on board.
It's almost the fucking craziest best way for them to data burn this shit.
So you have to man the desks. This can't be all technology.
Oh, there can be technology, but somebody has to be doing it. Somebody has to be pushing the buttons.
Are we having
you need
a
to have
show
compliance.
at 11 p.m.?
You need to have regulation. We might be here late at night doing our shows from here.
Yeah, welcome to the midnight show here on
call it hybrid trading, they call it.
You know, last but not least, are you
Humans
for this
and
or against
computers
this?
and algorithms.
I think if it rolls out the right way,
programs.
I think keeping the primary markets as the primary markets, our opening auctions and our closing auctions are significant pricing mechanisms for many different funds throughout the world. I think keeping that intact is going to be very important. And I think education is also very important. Having investors, having retail traders understand that when they are trading in off primary hours, that the volatility is going to be significant. I think the education process is going to be as important.
What's the soonest date this could happen? I mean, first half of the year, second half of the year?
The wheels are already in motion. Things are moving. It's continued to be a high topic conversation at the SEC. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see something by the middle of next year.
Okay, bullish, bearish, cautiously optimistic.
I'm cautiously optimistic.
Okay, Jonathan Corpina, thank you so much. I had to get at least a market thought there. Jonathan Corpina, Meridian Equity Partners. I think that's a really important topic, and it's one that we've talked about for a long time, and now it's really coming to fruition and to the forefront, and that could be a story really for 2026. So I'm glad John Corpina, who's really fully immersed in conversations here and about this for a long time.
Oh my god, it's so fucking close to HOD. The range today. It went down so tiny little, and it put me in profit by so tiny little, and then pulled it all the way up. Bruh. I go like I kind of got greedy at 10:15, like big time, but wow, this is like what the fuck? Market moving crazy fast. Market moving crazy fast. I mean, in hindsight, that's what it fucking feels like. Crazy fast. All-time highs barely went lower. What the fuck? We're 0.008% green. Noise out there. QQQ doing some sort of chop cycle up too. IWM making 2 1-minute gaps going back up. Things are not even looking bearish. Not even looking that bullish, but I mean, I guess QQQ bringing this shit up like it's looking more and more and more. Fuck. What is this on QQQ? It is so choppy. we're $1 away from LOD too. Like we're $1 away from HOD, $1 away from LOD. And the thing barely moving. IWM is down 0.55%. QQQ up 0.16. Wow. SPY is up 0.008. This is so trying to show all. If that makes like it's the 1 minute gaps too. Like what is this shit? IWM 1 minute gap. $11.05. Whether it's artificial or not, it's happening. Whether it's artificial or not on IWM, it's happening. 11 to 11:05. Dude. The first possible minute of 10:57. Whether they're extending this cycle or whether it's a really bullish cycle, it's happening right here. Fucking big time. Data cooking this shit so fucking hard. Oh my god. All these fucking bounces are. Man, what the fuck is this candle at the tippity top to? Can you believe it? We just got some doji candle up and down on the 30-minute. Doji candle on the 1. It's showing up as that because it happens so fast. Oh, that's something, guys. Doji candle. On the 30-minute and the 1, if you look at the SPX at all-time highs today. It's an unbelievable range we are creating right now. That's what I'm thinking. This is all-time high indexes. There's a unbelievable range at 691.66. And one down there too. I think we have to draw this shit. It's something. Telling you, this we're not gonna see this in quite a while. This is a history date today. Unbelievable range. Showing up as an SPX, man. $2 range, but it's showing up big. It's showing up disgusting. 30-minute looks fucking absolutely horrid. 9:30 to 10, they did a measured move up, measured move down, and then went fucking nowhere. Absolutely horrid. IWM deciding whether to gap fill or not. It still has not gap filled. Right, it's gonna look crazy even if it goes all the way up or even if it goes all the way down. I mean, it's literally right in the middle, honestly. That today is the day. Friday, end of the week. It looks insane. It looks insane into the end of the year too. We have 1, 2, 3 days until the new year, 2026. Market is making it all happen at the tippity top. Fast as shit, barely no pullback in the morning, and then now we are deciding what to do inside that humongous range. Humongous. Right, when I say humongous, I mean humongous range, and they are going downward. This is bearish. Let's see. Man, humongous range. This is bearish, 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 I think. I don't know. Crazy ass short term. This is some crazy ass fucking shit going on. So if it goes down here and then retests the LOD and bounces or some shit, I would not be surprised. If it goes down here and breaks the LOD and then bounces, I would not be surprised. If it somehow does this shit and goes to the HOD, I would not be surprised. I don't know how it's gonna do that if it does that, but I mean, I guess it could with all these bulls or bears. But I mean, it could be this. It could be argued that they could go lower with all these bulls involved too, and then test LOD and bounce too. So I have no fucking clue. IWM has 1 minute gaps below. It has filled one of them. Bouncing at 10, 10. It's gonna look crazy though. I'll tell you that much. It's gonna look crazy into the end of the day. That's for sure. Because there's all-time highs. Because we're building so much liquidity here at all-time highs with the fucking weird ass this shit too happening. So I expect at the minimum something like this or something like this. Sorry, shit. Something like this or something like this. Or, you know, something's gonna happen because all this shit. They're going bearish, 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 bearish. Time is 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. 11, 10. All right, 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. Cycle is extending. Look at the cycle extending from 10:30, right? And they made it what? Bullish, extending. And now if they break this low and the candle starts stacking here, this is gonna be amazing. I don't want to fucking get ahead of myself. I am not getting ahead of myself. We'll see. Something crazy going on though today. Anything is possible because of a lot of things happening. IWM gap below. QQQ hella bullish and then pullback. Like look at the fucking bullish with no pullback, just bullish, 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 and then if we have to just watch here. I don't even want to say if, then, this, that. I am not a scientist. I'm not Bill Nye the Science Guy, so I'm going to fucking watch. And then after the candle happens, if this low breaks, it would be 1/3, 2/3, 3/3 scientifically here. Cycle is confirming now. Bears are coming big time in the 3/3. LOD test, LOD hope, LOD something happening here. IWM has been playing with this purple box for 20 days. 16 days. Look at that. Look at the bears coming in big time right now, right? I literally said that shit's fucking weird and something. Look at that. They're about to test the LOD now. LOD test, LOD hope incoming. This is 3/3 bearish now, alright? This is the 3/3 bear cycle. Big cycle. Big picture. Intraday. Alright? This is one whole day. One whole intraday. This is fucking gonna go LOD break in my opinion, bro. This shit is crazy now. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's gonna go break LOD, but like, what the fuck is this? all this liquidity, right? They extended this shit, and then they got even more. Basically, all the old shit. Time is 11:15. They're about to go LOD. 11:15. I can't believe my shit coming back, but I'm holding all my shit. I can't fucking believe it. 6,930. Fucking crazy, bro. 6,930. Something. About to happen mad fast. Something's about to happen mad fast. It's already happening mad fast. QQQ going fucking crazy. Look at QQQ dump. QQQ dump 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 dump. QQQ dump 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 dump. LOD testing. 11:15. I can't even keep up with this shit. Can't even keep up with this shit. Candle going crazy now. So LOD breaking. Let's see. Holy fuck. This is the most insane fucking trap at all-time high. Alright, why? Look at the fucking stream title, bro. This is today's all-time high, guys. Look at this shit, Friday. All-time high. Look at the fucking massive fucking trap at all-time highs. Look at the fucking massive fucking trap at all-time highs. Oh my god, I feel fucking mad. I feel fucking mad, bro. I'm telling you, I feel fucking mad, dude. When I'm in it, it feels fucking mad. It's fucking crazy. LOD test, LOD hoping. 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. If it breaks LOD, the entire day is going to be 1/3, 2/3, 3/3 from HOD, which I think they're probably going to do. They're going to burn all these fucking bulls. They're going to burn them fucking all, and they're going to use it all to go lower. And the momentum, I literally said the momentum, right, is going to be, can't be fucking hold, right? It can't be held at all-time highs, so. Oh my god. Probably HOD gonna stand at 945 and LOD about to break. What did I say? LOD wind direction is what? North or neutral until 10:15. LOD breaks, right? And LOD is breaking right now. LOD is breaking right now. Time is 11:15. Holy fuck. And on that note, I'm out of 0DT puts for 5.2k. I'm not fucking around anymore. Fuck that. I'm out of all 0DT. Fuck that. 6,930. I'm still in Monday here. Still burning from theta, but I am not staying into this shit. 0DT, I'm okay. This is LOD testing, LOD hoping for the second time. If it does not break LOD here, I mean, they could fucking burn it all. They could burn that bitch all somehow by chopping and coming back somehow. But I mean, hey, if they want to break it now, it's now or never. I don't fucking know. This is 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. I'm not gonna fuck with fate though. I fucked with fate at 10:15. I'm still in my Mondays that I got on Friday, so they're basically kind of getting tossed. But I am fucking out of 0DT because I'm not fucking around with that. I literally added on the way down at like 10 or some shit, and it did not fucking go lower, and it bounced on me crazy, and I was waiting. LOD is testing. I don't give a fuck. If they go a little bit more, it's fine. I don't give a fuck. It's fine. Man, it's so insane though. It's so fucking insane though. Oh my god. Oh, it's so disgusting. Look at IWM being perfectly used. Look at the 1 minute gaps that they made, and then they fucking filled it. So what do you call that shit too? You call that setup. And where did it do that? At the 1045 algo range too. So that shit is completely fucking set up too in some way. There's something out there, people or deductors or computers or hybrid traders or whatever the fuck you want to call it, that are able to do this shit so fast, that are able to see orders, that are able to see setup so goddamn fast that they're able to do this shit like an instant click, 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 like Tesla, click, 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 and there's no way I could do this shit every fucking day, but bro, some days, to me, I feel like, oh, it's gonna go, and then I'll play that, and I just watch what happens, and in my mind, yeah, it's gonna go lower, but it doesn't, and then I see, oh my god, what the fuck, and then I play that, and then, oh, it doesn't, this is fucking crazy. I play this shit, but like, am I gonna imagine it's gonna go back up and do this shit? No. The fuck is this shit? You know what I mean? In my head, it's gonna be like, oh, somewhere here, and then maybe pop, and then drop, but like, dude, this is in a different way to burn 500 calls too on Tesla, expiring today. The bears are still heavy. But the risk is crazy now. If this shit doesn't break, right, all 0DT puts and bears are gonna fucking get. So if this shit doesn't break, especially if someone joined at 10, 15, or they got data burnt, which is basically everybody that got bounced off 10, 15. So most likely the deductors that went in at 10:45, I'm talking about hypothetically speaking, your smart money deductors left into 10, 15. Why? That's the 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. That's the reality says. So technically speaking, this is a whole different cycle with a whole different setup of data environment. So I don't want to say it's gonna break LOD, but man, I wanted to. I wanted it to way earlier. But how the fuck am I gonna, how did I know it was gonna do this shit to 6945, do this shit to 6925 and bounce crazy? Ain't no way I'm gonna know that. Like, if I see a spike up and down that, like down, like I'm thinking it's gonna go lower too. And then they bounce it and then build liquidity at all time highs and then test LOD. So that is something. Algo range being used perfectly on QQQ2, the one they created that morning. Today, honestly, I like days like this. It's crazy, but it's also cycling with setup almost perfectly. Like the boxes are being almost kind of neatly, right, playing and also being patiently and setting up and then extending and then, okay, floor bounce trend. The thing is, QQQ is not so bearish while doing that. IWM you could argue this shit's near the floor. IWM today, kinda disgusting too. Right, looking at the 5-minute MACD, right, people are like, oh, how the fuck is this going oversold, and then comes back, and then barely comes back up to it, and how the fuck going back down, and you can just do whatever, dude, but for sure, goddamn, it's cycling crazy. For sure. 11:20, and they did not break the floor yet. But that yet is doing a lot. That yet is doing a lot. I guess we'll have to see how. I mean, the volume is going bearish, but we'll have to see how the candles stack on the next 30-minute candle that comes in 8 minutes here. So, Sean says, "What is this bounce? The fuck is this bounce?" Yeah, literally. I mean, if I was just to deduct off of 0DTs, if I was to be in this shit huge still, I mean, I would be like, oh, this shit about to fucking bounce and cook me. But honestly, something could be, you know, I mean, I don't know. I don't, literally, it should barcode it. I don't really call shit off candles. Very rarely do I call shit off candles. Right, I look at the candles, look at the MACD shirt, just like everyone, but I mean, so is 95% of the retail traders out there. It's mostly the setups that are setups as in cycle and time confirmation, making up the setup on where it is, how it is, what it's doing, I guess. Using algo ranges and shit. That's what interests me the most, to be honest with you. Like midpoint test, roof test, like floor, hope, bounce, all that shit. 3/3. I truly believe that that's the type of shit that, you know, the majority don't care about, but people that are out there doing big things with big money, like billionaires probably, I feel like that's the type of shit they found interesting, dude, all their lives. And they grew and grew and grew and grew and grew to become who they are. Doji candle at today's high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th day. Today is the 6th day now. Volume is bullish into Friday. We popped up. But a doji. IWM pullback. Imagine if IWM didn't do what IWM did today. Market would have flown, right? Market open was crazy fucking bullish because of the QQQ. QQQ 930 to 945 push was absolutely astronomical. I think it got everybody. I was in short fucking huge, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, this shit about to cook. And they fucking did cook. Like 50, maybe, I don't even know, 50%, like 45%, I think it got fucking cooked 0 DT big time into 945 especially, and then they started rejecting fucking crazy. IWM was going down, down, down off of when market opened, and then market was like, fuck that. What are you talking about? 945 down here, 945 down here, and did nothing into 945, and then 950 caught up into 950. 950 it caught up into, and then it dumped again at 10:05. 10 950 10 sorry 10 yeah. IWM market gonna do anything the IWM wants to do. Small cap is today's master. Today is small cap day. Small caps leading big time. Small caps leading today. Let's remember that. I'm gonna leave that in the WhatsApp group too. Big time. Big time. There is a setup on IWM, man. Setup on IWM. What is the setup we're talking about? The setup that's been there for literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 days. Merry Christmas, everybody. Right? That's what you call Merry Christmas. 14 days of holiday joy. 14 days of IWM deductibility, deductionness for smart money deductors. God fucking bless this year. Right? I'm telling you, this is literally this is their Christmas. They don't give a fuck about no red or green candles. This is literally their Christmas. Christmas tree, Christmas tree, Christmas tree, Christmas tree. Blow up, down, up. I don't know, bro. Perfect setup. I ain't gonna lie. Perfect fucking setup. Smart money deductors. Tesla on some wild shit, but I guess this is Kathy Wood's territory. Smart money setup. I haven't looked at NVIDIA in 2 days yet. NVIDIA, Dr. Burry. Smart money environment, bro. This world is no joke. This world laughs at people that think this world's a joke. That's what it is. People that make up bullshit online. They are a online fake persona bullshit, making up bullshit online. Like they all first of all, they understand the rude bullshit they're selling online, but I mean, I'm not trying to be the world's a brutal, the world's a hard, the world's a true reality place. All I'm saying is it feels really good to find the truth. It feels good to like to fight and sought after the truth every single day, and it for sure feels good to see the truth and to feel the truth and to actually understand the truth by being a deductor, if that makes sense, man, because it's straight up not candle bullshit, not faking bullshit on this and that. Like, it's so dangerous every fucking day. It's not like oh, this is a 2 out of 10 day type of thing that they say over there. It's a fucking everyday type of fucking thing. So I don't know what the fucking there is. Literally a 9 out of 10 day type of thing. That smart money deductors are almost able to deduct by looking at what the fuck is going on, and then everyone else is just getting candled or set up on or something. Floor is not breaking here. Bounce is trying. This is 0DT gaming. Volume's getting lower and lower too. But they are hovering near the floor, but they're not breaking the floor now, so maybe they're building liquidity here too. 11:30. 11:25 rejection to 11:30. 11:30 deciding what to do. Man, I want to go get some nice food today. Some fucking ramen or some shit. I'm feeling. I need something warm in my system. I was feeling a little bit worried into market open, man. I mean, overnight. I'm not gonna lie, but I just wanted to come in super relaxed and tight. But yeah, there's no way the market just could go up and up and up, like some sort of pullback possible, and then, which is what they did. But I guess, is this enough pullback to go higher? This is tiny ass fuck. Barely any. This is so tiny. And went new high, so this is the new high. Yesterday's high or Wednesday's high negated. Wednesday's high negated to 9:45 today. Then went down basically 20 points. That's like jack shit. 20 points. 6, 9, 45, 6,